we'll assume some parameters. So based on these four assumptions, we will write an expression for the Bernoulli's equation or the equation of Bernoulli's equation. Okay. Now, for any students or some listeners, the question arises in our mind. So, what is the purpose of studying this Bernoulli's equation and purpose of studying in Euler's equation is, for example, you take one pipe. Here is a pipe in which some liquid is flowing. Okay, you need to calculate the discharge of this fluid. So, how much quantity of water is flowing through this, whether 200 liters per second or 100 liters, 500 liters, only 10 liters. And we cannot put our hand and measure the flow rate. We know the formula Q is equal to area into velocity. If you know the area of the pipe and velocity in any one section in this pipe, we can measure the discharge. I think there is flow rate of water. But again, it is a challenge to measure the velocity. So there is a device called pitot tube. It is available. You can measure the velocity of the fluid and discharge. Without pitot tube, for example, I don't want to measure the velocity. Okay, I don't have an option. So you need to apply Bernoulli's equation. There are some devices like venturimeter. We'll discuss the device's name, working principle, everything in the upcoming classes. It is there for your course. Venturimeter, orifice meter, for example, pitot tube, nozzles, etc. There are some devices used for measuring or determining discharge, that is flow of water through this pipe. So this venturimeter, orifice meter, nozzle, all these devices works on the principle of Bernoulli's equation. Okay, you take a venturimeter, that inlet is one section, outlet is another section. Apply Bernoulli's equation between these two sections, then you can find out the discharge, or you can also find out the pressure, velocity, height, that is potential energy, and as well as you can directly find discharge also. Because once you calculate the velocity, easily you can calculate discharge using area into velocity formula. That is continuity equation. So what we do in today's class is we will derive Bernoulli's equation from Euler's equation of motion. What is Euler's equation of motion? We discussed in the previous class. That is dou P by, we'll write the Euler's equation now. Dou P by rho plus G dz, or you can take it as dP, plus V dV is equal to 0. So this is the Euler's equation we have considered in the previous classes. I hope you remember. And the derivation is the derivation link is available in the description box. So the neat and easy steps we discuss. So please go through the derivations and understand how the Euler's equation is derived. And this is in differential form. Okay, this is differential form of Euler's equation. Differential form, because there is a change in pressure and a change in velocity. So I don't want differential form. I need exact pressure at particular point. So for that reason, what we do is I need to do integration on both the side. Integrating on both sides. So integration of dP by rho plus integration of G dz plus integration of V dV is equal to integration of some constants, so 0. Okay, so now what is the integration? After integration, what will get here? Integration and the differentiation get cancelled. It remains pressure divided by density plus the G is a constant value. It is as it is. What is the integration of dz? It is z plus VdV integration is V square divided by 2 is equal to integration of this is constant, some constant value, means this equation is called as Bernoulli's equation. This is Bernoulli's equation. And dear students, in the Bernoulli's equation, how many terms are there? There are 3 terms: first term, second term, and this third term. Means there are 3 energy terms. In the university questions, it has asked, write Bernoulli's equation and explain the terms involved in Bernoulli's equation. Explain the terms means these are the 3 different terms. So this P by rho, what we will call it as P by rho plus GZ plus V square by 2 is equal to constant. I written once again. For simplification purpose, some textbooks what they do is they will write this G divide by G on both sides. The equation will be remain same, does not change, but for the simplification purpose, they have taken in this way: P by rho G plus Z plus V square by 2Z is equal. A constant divided by G, again it will be some constant value. It is not 0. It has some constant value. So now we will understand the different terms involved in this Bernoulli's equation. This is also Bernoulli's equation. This is also Bernoulli's equation. Both are same. Only the G value we have taken in the denominator here. Just divided by G on both the sides. The first term, that is P by rho G, is equal to pressure head. Dear students, you remember it is very important for solving the numericals and as well as for doing some mini projects. And many times the questions are asked in the GATE exam also. So minimum 2-3 questions will be there in GATE exam based on this fluid dynamics chapter. P by rho is pressure head. Whenever you use the word head, assume that unit is meter. If I use only pressure, then unit will be in Newton per meter square. For example, you will check what is the unit of pressure head. It should be in meter. So P by rho G. What is the unit of P? Newton per meter square. P is nothing but pressure. Unit is Newton per meter square. What is the unit of G? Kg per meter cube. And what is the unit of G? Meter per second square. Kg meter per second square is 1 Newton. Okay. So this Newton get cancels. So here meter square is there, 1 meter square get cancelled. The remaining is meter. That is in the denominator of the denominator. If you take in the numerator, it will become meter. Understood? Be careful. When you divide pressure divided by rho G, the unit will be in head, that is meter. If you are not considering the denominator rho G, the unit will be only pressure. Be careful. Please listen carefully here. And the second term is Z, that is potential energy. Potential head, I will call it as potential head. It means height of the inlet, height of outlet section. That is also in meter. Then V square by 2G. V is nothing but velocity. So velocity square divided by 2G, we will call it as velocity head. Velocity head. Again, what is the unit of velocity head? It will be in meter. If I consider both velocity head, it is in meter. If I take only velocity, I will not consider this G term, then unit will be in meter per second. So we'll cross check. Once again, if you cross check also, we'll get the same unit, that is meter. So the sum of these 3 terms in the Bernoulli's equation, it is a energy term. It is all these are energy term. So some books also they will write P by rho G plus V square by 2Z plus Z is equal to some constant value, that E, means total energy at particular point in a pipe where the fluid is flowing. Understood? So we need to calculate the total energy E at a point, means it should be sum of pressure head, velocity head, and potential head. Okay. So this is Bernoulli's equation. So there are three different ways they ask the Bernoulli's equation. Derive an expression for Euler's equation and reduce the Bernoulli's equation. That is one question they have asked. Up to here you have to derive. Then you integrate on the both the side, you will get the Bernoulli's equation. And second type university questions, write assumptions made in deriving the Bernoulli's equation. Same, derive Bernoulli's equation, don't start from here only. You have to derive Euler's equation, then you integrate, you will get the Bernoulli's equation. Some assumptions we have written here in the four, there are four. What is the first assumption? Flow is steady, means the properties does not change with respect to time. If any property is dP by dt, change in pressure with respect to time. If any term, any energy term in the equation, it is with respect to time, if it is there, then you neglect or take it as zero. But here, there is no term related to time. This is related completely, it is pressure and density. Here it is potential energy, here it is velocity. There is no term related to time. We have not considered any time. So this is satisfied. The flow is incompressible. What is the meaning of incompressible? Density is equal to constant. The property density of the fluid, if it is constant, then we will assume that it is incompressible flow. So what does it mean? If you consider one pipe, here some fluid is flowing through this pipe, and you have taken the section 1 as inlet, section 2 as outlet, and you applied some Bernoulli's equation between these two sections. So between the two sections, density is constant. The density of the fluid is not changing. So you take it as rho as constant. It may be 1000, it may be 780, 800, depends upon the type of the liquid which is flowing through this pipe. So almost it will be applied for liquids only. If you consider some gases, for example, air, or the density will change. Okay, so that this assumption will not satisfy. Here we are assuming that the flow is incompressible, so density is constant during the flow or between two sections where you applied Bernoulli's equation. Next, the third assumption is the fluid viscosity is zero, or assume it is an ideal fluid. Ideal fluid. For that reason, in the Bernoulli's equation or in the Euler's equation, what we derived in yesterday class, there is no term related to viscosity. We have assumed that it is zero. Viscosity is zero, but it is not possible practically. They have derived the equation theoretically, assuming that it is an ideal fluid. Ideal fluid means viscosity is zero. But if you are conducting an experiment and you are applying Bernoulli's equation, so we cannot take it as zero. So some terms will be added that we will discuss in the future classes. It will come in the upcoming classes. And the flow is irrotational. That is the fourth assumptions we made. Flow is irrotational, means there is no any spiral motion. The fluid is flowing linearly or parallel to each other. There is no swirl motion like this. Understood? If you use any pump or blower to supply fluid, then there is a chances of swirl motion. Or if you change any area of the pipe suddenly, there is a sudden decrease in the pipe like this, due to change in the direction as well as due to change in the diameter of the pipe, there is a chances of producing or generation of swirl motion. But here we are not studying all those things. It will be there for your higher studies. Okay, so these are the brief introduction about the Bernoulli's equation. So to take inlet P1 by rho z plus V1 square by 2z plus Z1 is equal to, so why you are taking notation 1 1 1 means this is the pipe I am applying Bernoulli's equation at inlet or section 1. I told you it is a sum of all three energies that will take as total energy. So this is a total energy of the fluid at section 1 here at this section. Now I will take another section after some length. This is a section 2. You can use the word section 2 or outlet of the pipe, whatever. So again, I will apply Bernoulli's equation at the outlet or at the section 2. What will the outlet? P2 by rho z plus V2 square by 2z plus Z2 means the total energy available at section 2. This, if you write these two terms, it is for ideal fluid also. If I write consider some loss, then I will write head loss. I will add one more term on the right hand side. It is head loss. Why are adding the term loss on the right hand side? Because I am assuming that the fluid is flowing from 1 to 2. Because of fluid flowing from 1 to 2, the friction between the pipe and the fluid, understood? There is a friction between the pipe surface, that is boundary of the surface, and the fluid. There will be some loss. That loss I will call it as head loss. That is one type of loss. There are many types of losses are considered when the fluid is flowing, that we will discuss in the upcoming chapters. Okay, as well as due to viscosity, there will be some kind of loss. So all losses will be considered in the section 2 only. That is the reason I have added here. If the fluid is flowing from 2 to 1, assume here is a section 2, here is a section 1. Then the fluid is flowing from section 2 to 1. There will not be any losses here because this is the first point where the fluid is entering. After this point, the friction starts, viscosity, friction, reduces, everything, all losses will be considered along this length of the pipe, and losses will be measured at section 1. So we need to add HL on the left hand side in that case. Are you able to understand the difference between adding? Usually 99% we will assume like this only. We will take section 1 as inlet, section 2 as outlet. So always losses you consider at the outlet, not at the inlet. Okay. So this is now Bernoulli's equation for real fluid. This is the Bernoulli's equation for a real fluid. Is for real fluid.